For years, we talked about how Ripple was creating essentially the new financial system, with, of course, the internet of value. And today, I feel like all of that is becoming a reality. Okay. This has been something that we have been studying, researching, and following for years now. And I just feel as if 2025 is that year where it just all makes sense. It's that big moment where we could finally see everything. Okay. We go back to, all the way back in 2017 when Ripple puts out this article, The Internet of Value, what it means and how it benefits everyone. This was the introduction to what exactly Ripple is trying to accomplish. It talks about how they want to move money around the world the way that information moves around the world. And again, at this time, there was only a select few crypto projects actually out there doing anything, useful. And this just made so much sense, considering the fact that they broke down all of the inefficiencies around cross-border payments. They told us exactly what they want to accomplish using blockchain. And of course, the blockchain of choice was the XRP ledger. A network and a cryptocurrency essentially created for this. So when we think about what's happening now and what we now see in front of us today, everything makes so much sense. We go back to 2023, right? Why am I going back to 2023? Well, we go back to the summer specifically. July 2023, we get XRP cleared as not a security. August comes. What does Ripple do? They join the BIS's CPMI group. If you don't know what that is, it's the Bank of International Settlements, their cross-border payments market infrastructure group. When we think about that, this is the central bank of central banks bringing on a blockchain-based company for cross-border payments. Again, we go back to 2017, the Internet of Value. What are they trying to solve? Cross-border payments. Everything started to make sense from this point on. We saw banking partnerships. We saw Ripple working with some of the biggest players like even the IMF. And then we get the BIS in 2023. And continuing on, we just continue to see Ripple, pave a way for them to be the big leader behind the Internet of Value. They acquired Medico, which allowed them to, bring on a whole bunch of institutional players. From that point on, they acquired a few other companies as well, and including even Hidden Road. And even when we go to the company side about, Ripple, we have building the Internet of Value, enabling the world to move value the way information moves today. Within this, we have mission, build breakthrough crypto solutions for a world without economic borders. Through blockchain technology, Ripple enables global financial institutions, businesses, governments, and developers to move, manage, and tokenize value, helping to unlock greater economic opportunity for everyone everywhere. And yes, tokenization is the key thing around all of this. If we go to the homepage for Ripple's website, we have modernize your financial infrastructure with Ripple. We have payments down here, payments, custody, stablecoins. It's happening with Ripple. From instant payments to asset tokenization, blockchain and crypto are happening right now across the world, which, it is true. It is happening. We also have their customer page down here. But the main thing that I actually want to look at here, and I want to show you guys is, how crucial XRP actually is for all of this. Okay, so let's go to the bank side of this. I believe it was in banks where we saw tokenization, or at least linked to tokenization. I'm not seeing it here under banks. It might have been under fintechs. Let me just see. No, this is custody. Maybe it's crypto businesses specifically. So this is payout networks, stablecoins, cross-border payments. I'm not seeing a link to tokenization, how they used to have it, but I do know that XRP is the choice of a network that they want to utilize for everything tokenization. They changed a few things since, I last looked, but When we look at what's happening here, almost everything that we see from Ripple involves XRP and the XRPL. I've been witnessing a lot of people saying, oh no, they're trying to replace XRP, especially even with the stablecoin. But the stablecoin reinforces XRP's overall use case here, which has always been like bridging cross-border payments. And when you have all of these different stablecoins, they need a neutral bridge currency. But also, the Ripple platform is fully regulated around the world. There's 11 pending jurisdictions right now for Ripple, which means they already applied. They have 64 active licenses and MTLs, and we can see their compliance as well. And they are a member of the American Bankers Association and the Payment Association, not to mention that they're working with the BIS, which also works with SWIFT and a few other big players, and all the banks that I have yet to even mention as well, which is in the hundreds plus. But it's crazy to me that people don't see it now, right? And the craziest part about this is stablecoins, right? We know that stablecoins are now becoming the hot topic. This is enabling faster, lower cost cross-border payments. Stablecoins are the internet of value. They are a big part of the internet of value. They are enabling payments to move at the speed of information today. And here we actually have, this is coming from MasterCard, by the way. Here's the announcement for MasterCard. With the Genius Act now passed, we're entering a new era of clarity and confidence in digital assets. One we've been preparing for over the years. We've worked across crypto and traditional finance ecosystems to explore how stablecoins can complement and enhance existing payment systems. And again, this is MasterCard. This is a company that almost everyone knows about. And now they're talking about a new era for digital assets. They're talking about crypto. They're talking about stablecoins. They're talking about how this is going to complement and essentially upgrade existing payment systems. And the craziest part about all of this is Trump just told us exactly what they are doing with crypto. The dollar is getting a crypto upgrade. The financial system is decades out of date. Under the new Genius Act, America's ancient payment rails will be rebuilt using state-of-the-art crypto tech, strengthening the dollar and fighting back against BRICS. This has been Ripple's goal all along. Even if we go back over here, we see them talking about how the financial system is broken, because it is, and it always has been broken. When we think about the current financial system today, it is extremely inefficient. To send money across the world, it is ridiculous. So when we think about what this will do and what's actually happening, we are about to witness this entire space grow astronomically over the coming years. And it all starts with governments now embracing the tech. And that's exactly what the US is about to do. Check this out.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after I really met you for the first time? The Genius Act provides banks, businesses, and financial institutions a framework for issuing crypto assets back one for one with real US dollars, treasury bills, and other cash equivalents. It's really strengthening the dollar and giving the dollar great prominence. And many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes.
And yeah, I mean, listen, when we think about what's happening here, most of the world is unaware of just how broken our financial system is. Because over the years, what we have been doing is just putting a cover over it. And what I mean by that is we have PayPal, we have Venmo, we have Cash App, we have Zelle, and all these things, they seem great. But the problem is, that they're just a UI. They're just a fancy UI but nothing behind the scenes is changing. So payments still take days to actually settle. The fees are still outrageous. And on top of that, the transparency is horrible. So we still need to upgrade our rails. And that's exactly what this is doing. We have over here from David Sachs, President Trump keeps delivering historic victories. Today it was a signing of the Genius Act, which creates a legal framework for stablecoins. This law will unlock American dominance in the crypto industry by creating clear rules of the road, reversing the regulation by prosecution approach for the last 4 years. It will update archaic payment rails with a revolutionary new payment system based on blockchain. And it will extend US dollar dominance globally by creating a digital dollar that people all over the world can use. For every digital dollar in a crypto wallet, there will be a traditional dollar reserved in a US bank account, creating trillions of dollars of demand for US treasuries. This is a huge promise kept by President Trump. But if that were not enough, the House has passed Clarity, the market structure bill, which President Trump has committed to support as it goes to the Senate. President Trump promised to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, and he has delivered on that promise. Thank you, President Trump, for your leadership. And yeah, listen, this is exactly where it all begins. We are now witnessing the new financial system in the US become a reality. And this is something that we have been talking about for so long. And the craziest part about all of this is that 93% of the world doesn't even own crypto. They don't even know about crypto. They don't understand crypto. When we think about this entire space, what percentage of the actual crypto ecosystem realizes what's happening here? What percentage of the people that actually hold crypto hold XRP, understand XRP? We have been following the breadcrumbs for years now, and it's all becoming a reality. I talked about this even back in 2023, right? August of 2023. I said, how do I envision what's coming? Every single major nation will have their own currency. CBDCs will be this currency. We banned CBDCs. The term CBDC is banned, but stable coins are they're still CBDCs. So we will have digital dollars, digital euros, digital pounds, you name it. That's going to be this currency. Every single bank will tokenize their reserves. They might even have their own token, i.e. JPM coin. JP Morgan just announced and even applied for patents on JPMD, and it's launched on Base, a public blockchain. This is already happening. Every other bank also aligned with this. Citi, Bank of America, you name it. The world is going to be dominated by digital monies. Anything and everything of value will eventually be tokenized in time. We're already starting to see this. The biggest thing about the global financial system is that we are moving towards a world that is not dominated by a currency controlled by one entity. Decentralization on a global scale is 100% needed. The US dollar has been a great example of why we should not have a reserve currency. And this is the thing, right? Dollar dominance it's only going to be a thing in the US. I mean, it might not happen in 12 to 24 months or maybe even 3 to 5 years. But over time, we are going to see digital monies and digital fiat currencies rise, which means there will not be a reserve currency. Even when we think about, what Ripple was planning with the Internet of Value, it's all about, moving money without any economic borders, without any major, issues within our financial system. But I also mentioned that the interesting thing about CBDCs or even stablecoins is that they will eliminate the need for a reserve currency, but would 100% demand a decentralized bridge currency. A lot of people think XRP or even XLM. XRP has always been that currency that has been talked about and included in a lot of documents. Like, I don't think that I've seen one document from these prominent names that have not mentioned, Ripple or even XRP, right? And also, on top of that, Ripple has been working with some of the largest organizations out there around our financial system currently. Not to mention that they continue to push forward. So when we think about what's going on here, a new financial system is now here. We are witnessing the start and the biggest boom behind this new system. It's a new system that we have been hearing about, talked about for years from players like Ripple, telling us exactly what they are doing, how they're doing it. And we are now witnessing one of the largest changes in history of our financial system. And it's crazy that we have the confirmation at this scale, and we now have the US government on board of this. It's no longer, speculation. It's no longer, oh, I think this is going to happen. We're now in the beginning phase of this. So definitely prepare going forward, because we are going to see a lot of big changes happening from this point on. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm a free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.